Well, join me now, Price Futures Senior Account Executive and author of the Energy Report, Phil Flynn. He's also a Fox Business contributor. Phil, great to see you. This is interesting data on the reserves, a little scary from my standpoint when you're talking about the lowest level since 1985. How concerned are you about this really significant drawdown in our strategic petroleum reserves?
I'm extremely concerned, Brian. You know, I think it's almost a dereliction of duty by the president to use the Strategic Petroleum Reserve for political purpose and not for a real disruption in supply. President Biden is saying he used a strategic petroleum reserve because of the war of Ukraine, but the reality is that the president tapped the strategic reserve in November because he thought gasoline prices were too high. And to me, this is leaving the country in a very dangerous situation because global spare production capacity is at an all-time low. So when we get a real disruption of supply, the U.S. Citizen is going to be left out in the cold because prices are going to spike dramatically.
So you see this drawdown in the reserves at the same time that the president now is talking about rolling out executive orders. He started with, sending money to communities for air conditioners and wind turbines off the coast. But we've heard ideas floated like potentially the canceling of leases offshore. How concerned are you, Phil, about some of these executive orders coming down the pipeline, the possibility that we could see emergency action, and what that means for an already strained energy market?
I mean, everything that President Biden has done since he's been in office has risen the cost of fossil fuels. You know, by subsidizing Chinese-made wind turbines on the coast and giving everybody an air conditioner, at the end of the day, it's not going to make a real difference in greenhouse gas emissions. It's going to make the economy less efficient, and it's only going to drive oil and gas prices higher. I believe the president wants higher prices. He doesn't want the blame for higher prices, but I think it's the only way his green energy agenda is going to have a chance to succeed.
I want you to take a look at this op-ed in Bloomberg, Phil, because to your latest point, I think there's a resonance here in that argument that this is what the president wants. It says in this op-ed, there's one bold move President Biden could make to curb climate change, says this author. Find a way to put a $5 a gallon floor, not a ceiling, not an upper bound, a floor, $5 floor, says this author. Now, this is not the administration. This is somebody writing in Bloomberg. But when you hear Pete Buttigieg, transportation secretary, talk about the benefit of pain in terms of getting people on the EVs, you get the sense this isn't just a Bloomberg op-ed. This, in fact, is the strategy, Phil. Is that what's going on here?
I think it is. And, Brian, it goes way back before this Bloomberg article. I mean, President Obama, when he started moving towards the green energy revolution, was telling everybody, listen, higher gasoline prices, it's part of the plan to get people off of fossil fuels. You know, they don't live in the real world like most people where they have to pay for groceries and for their families and gasoline. They live in this world where they have some kind of new world green order. Listen, the United States was going green more efficiently than people in Europe. We see how their green energy plans worked out. We are the cleanest producers in the world. And for the government to try to step in the way and say, we've got a better plan, let's put fossil fuels out of business is unrealistic, and it hurts Americans. And we're seeing that today.
Phil Flynn, always appreciate your perspective on the global issues when it comes to energy. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Brian.